And as we were about to drag Peter, we find out that Wendy's hands weren't always that clean either. Oh, that rhymed. Anyways, Peter losing Wendy. Wendy had to grow up. Peter didn't, because Peter stayed on the freaking island or whatever the hell he was doing over there. This feels like you were at some point on the same level as them. We can do revenge together. However the fallout happened, y'all, your hands aren't clean. You did stuff that was very emotionally immature as well. You have done things as well, and if you haven't, or you aren't ready to hear that, then this isn't your reading. I don't need to hear no. Just move along. This one's not for you today, apparently. But this is two people. It feels like whatever that issue was, it's like someone did something and then not being able to communicate properly through whatever hurt that was, someone did something back to the other. And then not being able to communicate properly with that, then it just started going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth until one of you said no more, right? But it feels like you two, this connection that you two have, whatever connection this is, if we're channeling in gender non-specific, but just take the characters as they resonate. Wendy had to grow up. Collective, you had to grow up. You couldn't continue in the play here. Maybe even them. I don't know. One of you had to stop. But it does feel like you two not being able to figure out your shit. And we're not even talking about you guys figuring out your shit to get back together. Not even that necessarily. Just to like, because it feels like it turned into like a tit for tat, who started it. Like, for some reason, that's like the big, like, well, who started it? And there might be some issues over who actually started it, because again, when you lack that emotional intelligence and that communication, one of you probably did something and didn't communicate, and then it wasn't like that, and someone took it the other way, and then now we're upping the scale here, and now you two and your bullshit has made it everyone else's problem, or at least other people's problem, if one of you has now stopped making it other people's problem. We do feel like this person is in with a third party and now making it that third party's problem. So specifically, we're talking about that, and I'm sorry we had to waste almost 3 minutes to go through all of that, but you know, I was getting something about like the whole the smile frown phase. Like I was seeing that very prevalently, the old school theater, Shakespeare comedy tragedy. Is this a comedy tragedy? Creativity. You two are creative with your revenge. You know, and it feels like whatever you two have done to each other, it wasn't the same thing. Like you both knew each other enough to know what buttons to push, and had that immaturity, not being able to talk through your issues. You just acted out like some assholes. I'm sorry, but yeah, that's kind of how it's coming through. And other people had to suffer the consequences of this. One of you ignored one. Is that what one of you did? You just ignored the other one because you knew that's what would like get under their skin or under your skin? Take it as it resonates. One of you definitely hit that ignore button. And the other one stalked and made it their problem. Made it possibly, you know, it's kind of giving like whatever connections have transpired or gone into or considered. Keep in mind, you have made this everyone else's problem. One ignores the other one because that's what gets underneath their skin, and the other one possibly intentionally causes chaos in their life. And it's like, oh, I can do whatever I want because you're going to ignore me anyways. I can do whatever I want because you're not going to address it anyways. So one of you is really like getting your hooks in with the other one by just completely ignoring ghosts. Bye, Peter, on the freaking island. The other one is making it their problem no matter what. And it's like there's almost like this safeguard here, right? Because collective is, if this is you, you can be as much of a menace as you want, because the only way that they could get that to stop is if they stopped ignoring you. And they're not going to do that because they don't want to lose. So, everybody's problem. Let's do a part 3.